just what is your first broad take on last night's debate?
Well, if I said that, you would have to edit it out and bleep it. Uh, it was a slow moving train wreck. I didn't see anything profitable come out of that debate.
And what would your hope be then for the next debate? And apparently, the Presidential Commission on Debates is announcing some changes already. I have not seen those yet, but what would you hope to gain from the next debate?
Well, I mean, both candidates gave us negatives as to why we shouldn't vote for the other person, but I'm looking for why should I vote for a candidate? I want to see the emphasis on policy. I want to see the emphasis on, if elected, what will you do, um, rather than trying to disrupt the other person.
You've watched a lot of political debates. You're a historian. Some people have called this the worst presidential debate in history. What's your take as far as that goes?
Oh, I can't argue that point. I was appalled. The first 30 minutes of the debate, I was just absolutely appalled by both candidates. This isn't a one sided thing. Both candidates were equally guilty. Um, it was demeaning. It was rude. It lowered the level of discourse, which is already at an all time low in the nation. It put on display for the world the worst part of American politics. And I think to make, to sum it up, my daughter is just now reaching the age where she's politically conscious, and this was her first presidential debate to sit and watch, and she was subjected to that. Um, I was just highly disappointed.
You know, some polls have indicated that 90% of the voters, of the electorate, has already made up their minds.
Right.
So there's that 10% left. Um, do you think, how do I phrase this? What are you hoping for that 10% that hasn't made up their minds?
Well, I would hope, and this is my, I guess, ivory tower university hope, is that in an examination of issues and policies, they would reach a decision based on facts and merit, not on mudslinging. But evidence and history are to the contrary, that those last minute voters that haven't, how could you just now be making up your mind? It seems like we have been in an election cycle for 4 years. How can you be unaware of the issues and unaware of the candidates and not have decided? But I know those people exist. And I would like for it to, instead of being a decision based upon hatred, based on, I want the best for my country, and here's the policy that will affect that. I guess it would be a decision based on patriotism, not on emotion.
Last question. What would you say to the people who watched last night and were on the fence and now they're disenfranchised? What would you say to them?
I'm sorry. Uh, no, I would say this debate was so hyped, and both candidates were under so much pressure to perform that they lowered themselves to the lowest common denominator, and that this isn't what American politics should and could be, uh, and that you should give it another chance, and that you should focus on issues. Which candidate supports the issues that you desire and you like? Base your vote on issues, not personality.